In a family sedan market dominated by the likes of Camry, Accord, and Taurus, Mitsubishi's Galant has always fought an uphill battle for attention. Now, this was partly because the Galant was smaller than its competitors and didn't offer a V6 engine. Well, the folks at Mitsubishi realized that things had to change, so they've designed an all-new 1999 Galant. Maybe the Galant's more successful competitors should finally start looking over their shoulders. You'd better believe it. And what they'll see approaching rapidly in their rearview mirrors is a Mitsubishi Galant that's larger, more powerful, and completely redesigned with the U.S. market in mind. The 1999 Galant's elegant new appearance serves a twofold purpose that brings it more into line with the upscale Diamante and at the same time separates it from its more homogeneous competitors. Although retaining the same 103.7-inch wheelbase, the new Galant is now longer, wider, and taller than last year's model. Just enough so to move it from the compact to mid-size class like its major competitors. But the Galant has been training hard, and it's now beefed up, finally available with a 3-liter single overhead cam 24-valve V6 engine. Borrowed from the Montero Sport SUV, it pumps out 195 horsepower and 205 pound-feet of torque. And while it doesn't quite match the Accord's 200 horsepower, its extra 10 pound-feet of torque is available at a lower RPM. The Galant's standard scrappy little 2.4-liter single-cam 16-valve 4-cylinder with 145 horsepower and 155 pound-feet of torque outdigs not only the Camry and Accord, but the 626 and Altima as well. Think of it as the Jack Russell Terrier of 4-cylinders. Now, we took a V6 Galant equipped for California emissions to the track, where we ran to 60 in 9.3 seconds and on past the quarter mile in 17 seconds to the tune of 84 miles per hour. Not overwhelming, but certainly good enough to be very competitive. Through the slalom, turn-ins were sharp, but the overall feel of the steering is somewhat vague. Understeer was obvious, as was body roll, but neither was excessive. The McPherson strut suspension with a front stabilizer bar is tuned specifically for the U.S. market. The Galant's rear multi-link setup has been improved with a more rigid crossmember and stronger upper and lower control arms. All models, save the entry-level DE, also carry a rear stabilizer bar. A slightly tauter Galant GTZ Sports model is also available. The 4-wheel disc ABS-equipped brakes on our tester did an excellent job of bringing us down from 60 in an average 124 feet. Feedback through the pedal was enough to let us know the system was working without being obnoxious. The moderately soft front suspension setup, however, did allow more nosedive than we'd prefer. That same tuning paid off big dividends, however, out on the highway, as expansion joints and other minor irregularities were rendered non-existent. Unfortunately, non-existent also applies to a manual transmission. A 5-speed manual will be along later in the year on 4-cylinder models, but no plans are in the works for one with the V6. The 4-speed auto has been upgraded and is well mated to either 4- or 6-cylinder engines, delivering nearly seamless shifts. The Galant's roomier interior, total volume is up 2.2 cubic feet, was designed in the U.S. with American taste and desires a top priority. Our LS tester, Galant's full luxury model, featured comfortable leather-faced buckets. The driver gets 8-way power adjustments too. The tilt steering wheel is standard and faces an attractive analog gauge cluster. To the right, the controls for the AM/FM cassette and trunk-mounted CD changer are now at the top of the center stack. They're within easy reach and well marked. Same can be said for the climate controls just below. In the rear, head, leg, and hip room are up slightly. Shoulder room is down, which puts the Galant mid-pack with the other U.S.-built Japanese badge competitors. There is no split seat, but the center of the seat back on the right does pop open to reveal a small pass-through to the trunk, which now pulls the Galant abreast of its competitors with 14 cubic feet, up from 12.5 last year. Base price and the as-tested price for our 1999 Mitsubishi Galant LS tester are one and the same at $24,670. But a well-equipped entry-level DE model can be had for a mere $17,410. The GTZ goes for $24,470. With 2 4-cylinder and 3 6-cylinder models to choose from, the 1999 Mitsubishi Galant is a serious contender as the ideal everyman's car. And like us, you probably won't mind when your neighbors remark how nice your new Diamante looks sitting in your driveway.